Namaste. Welcome to Pankaja Ayurveda. Happy to be with you and welcome to the party. That's how I hear many astrologers call it. The planetary party going on right now in February till end of February till March also. Mars is a big part of it. And so we can be under a quite pressureful influence these days, and that's why I want to talk about it. And I want to talk about some possible remedies, especially for the mind. And then chant some slokas, the first few slokas of the Vishnu Sahasranamam Chant, which is um, very protective and balancing. And Vishnu is the preserver of the universe, so also for the preserver of, for the peace of your mind. If you feel friction, it can be very soothing, and you can download it and sing it along or read along with me if you like. I'm just studying it myself. It is a very long chant, but I will start with the first part today to give some love and protection if that comes through for any one of you. It is very needed, and I wish you all the best and no despair and always hope, especially in friction. So we have this inner strength, and that's what we can remind ourselves and each other if we forget about it and just get drawn along with the wind or with the water, like a like element of just identifying with all the trouble or identifying with all the thoughts and feelings that is going on in us. And actually we can always take a moment and just put our hands on our body. That's what I lately learned from a good friend. The right hand on your chest, on your heart, and the left hand on your belly. You can't see my belly, you know where your belly is. There is very powerful marma points here. I'm just doing a circle on it right now. Nabi, marma, and all the different nabi points around the navel are very, very good to ground yourself and also helpful for your digestion and immunity at the same time. And then the heart, that this area, it's where we usually point when we say I. We show we sigh we mm, point to this area very naturally, very intuitively. That's what I learned from Dr. La, that nobody would say I and pull his ear, but he would say I here. So, and that's what it's also in many traditions. It is seen that the mind, a big part of your mind is sitting in your heart. So only a very intellectual part of your mind with all the thinking, evaluating, judging, comparing, which is often needed for day-to-day activities. So these parts can be seen as your brain, but there is much more to that than only the intellectual capacity. And that's why the beautiful word manas is used, which is including all these different categories of your intelligence, higher intelligence, and your heart intelligence, which is your intuition and your true inner guiding. And this can be sometimes confusing to tell the one from the other, and feel something is an intuition, which is actually just some ego driven thought or wish that you have. And especially now, Rahu is also very strong. He is in Taurus, he's exalted, and he's also in Rohini Nakshatra. So that's actually a moksha nakshatra, I lately learned. So he wants to bring you finally to enlightenment, to understanding of what this life is all about. Why did you incarnate so many times? What do you have to learn in this incarnation? So that's a very deep learning that you can get glimpses of that in this time now, very precious. But it can also guide you and pull you towards very materialistic desires like food and wealth and some whatever desires you can think of. It can be a strong pull, and then you can feel the restriction given by Saturn, who is so strong, and all these six planets from when the moon will also join now from February 9 to 12, it will be six planets in Capricorn, which is lorded by Saturn. So Saturn is this big disciplinary disciplinator, if I may use this word here. And so there's so many restrictions, and they also feel like narrowed together all in this one sign. And additionally, Kala Sarpa Yoga, which like divides anyways with the Rahu and Ketu axis, the Jyotish, the horoscope, in two parts. And so this can all give a lot of pressure on your psychology. You can feel more, a little more negative, a little more pessimistic, fearful, um, even depressed, and not seeing any how do I get out of this? And whatever material restrictions may be there in your life also right now, in your work, in your family life, in your location, um, in your income, in your health, whatever it may be. Um, just know that we are all in the same boat on this planet Earth. So we all feel these restrictions and these massive influences that may make us struggle, one more, one less, or one day more, one day less. Um, and just see that this is passing by still, even if there is a few days which really feel tough, which might be this upcoming week because of the planet gathering, and also it forms a situation of planets which can be more um, painful. Somehow hurt can be created. So even be aware of accidents in the on the gross, on the physical level, but also the fine sublime level of just hurting each other with our words or even with our thoughts, and also feeling other people's hurts or anger very strongly in these days. This is what is called a Shula yoga, like the Trishul, the trident of Lord Shiva, which is a very powerful weapon, um, also to destroy something not needed, like to destroy ignorance or destroy some old patterns in your life which you wish to transform. So this can be a powerful weapon for this, but it can also really create pain because it is sharp and concise, and so you have to know how to use it. And so all this is going on right now, and the moon will also have a very strong influence throughout this whole year, because many of the what some astrologers call the key planets, like Saturn and Jupiter, are in and now also Rahu with Rohini, they are in moon nakshatras. So nakshatras which are lorded by the moon. And for Saturn, this will be, I think, till October or till end of the year. Jupiter just for a while, and Rahu in Rohini also for a long period. So those um, actually pull our attention to the more subtle um, spiritual level of our being. They really want us to listen more and to study more and to learn more in our day-to-day life by just allowing other persons this wisdom in our life. And of course, first and foremost, the masters, the gurus, those who went this path ahead of us and left all the wisdom for us. So it's a very good time to study scriptures, to learn Sanskrit, to learn astrology, Ayurveda, and then also the technological aspects of the life, like computer sciences, and all these areas are very strongly empowered. So wherever you feel drawn to learn something new or make new experiences and learn from others. So this will be very empowered. And wherever, of course, at the same time you drop some ego and some thinking of you know best, or you learned enough already. So dropping of these more arrogant attitudes, which may be here and there. Um, this will be very helpful, and just to realize how actually little we know. I'm just speaking about myself, and still sharing the little I know, as I feel that this is my purpose right now, and I wish it may grow, it may improve. I will also start to really study Vedic astrology in March, with Camilla Sutton. If anyone is still interested, just check out her website, camilla.com. She's very famous, so very known in the astrological, Vedic astrological field. And I'm very honored that I will learn from her. And then will have so much more substance, whatever I'm talking about and whatever I can share with you. But all these tips I give already are nourished by my masters. I'm just sharing what I learned from them. So I hope this may be helpful for you. And we will now take some moments of silence, and then I will recite the first few shlokas of the Vishnu Sahasranamam, the big preserver of universe. Whereas Brahma is the creator, then Vishnu the sustainer, and then there is Shiva, the destroyer or the transformator. So what we need is all three of them. It's a trilogy of life, of course. But right now, where everything is falling apart so much and pulling in so many different directions, pulling and pushing, and also the Shravana Nakshatra, where six planets are in, they are closely related with Lord Vishnu. So that's why it may be very helpful to listen or read or sing his praise. And this is a very long chant, so see if you enjoy listening to it. Also, search for recordings, professional recordings, which have the proper, perfect pronunciation. I'm still just starting to learn it. And then there is a short version also of a Vishnu mantra, which I will put in the description box, which easily everyone can do. And let me just start with this first, because this is simple and short and sweet, and we can do it right now together. And the short mantra for Vishnu is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hari Om. Shuklam Bharataram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyaye Sarvaviknopasamtaye. Yasyat virata vaktradya parishatya parashatam viknam niknanti satatam vishvakasinam tamashraye. Vyasam Vasishtanaptaram Shakti Pautramakalmasham Parasharatmajam Vande Shukatatam Taponidhim. Vyasaya Vishnurupaya Vyasayurupaya Vishnave Namo Vai Brahmanadhaye Vashishtaya Namo Namaha. Avikaraya Shuddhaya Nityaya Paramatmane Sadaikaruparupaya Vishnave Sarvajishnave Yasya Smaranamatreena Janma Samsara Bandhanat Vimuchyate Namastasmai Vishnave Prabhavishnave Om Namo Vishnave Prabhavishnave Shri Vaishampayana Uvacha Shurutva Dharmana Shashina Pavanani Cha Sarvasha Yudhishthira Samtanavam Punareva Pyapyashata Shri Yudhishthira Uvacha Kimekam Daivatam Loke Kim Vapyekam Parayanam Stuvam Takam Kamarchamta Prapnuyurmanava Shubham Tameva Charchayan Nityam Bhaktya Purushamavayyayam Dhyayan Stuvanamashyamscha Yajamanastamevacha Anadinidhanam Vishnum Sarvalokam Lokadyaksham Stuvan Nityam Sarvadukatigo Bhave Om Namo Vishnave Prabhu Vishnave May this chant in all its imperfectionness be of benefit for all of us and be a reminder of the Vedic wisdom and healing in us. Namaste.